Okay guys, so it's Max here, and well, as you can see I'm somewhere different, where this is the music studio at my dad's, and if you want to know more about it, well, I've got a playlist which I'll link up there so you guys can watch the building and also the tour of this. But anyway, I'm in here mainly because it's warm and there's power for this video. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Okay guys, so as you can see there's stuff here. So basically this is the speaker, as you probably know from the title. I have soldered it together roughly already, but basically there's a power bank here which does get slightly annoying as it turns off because this doesn't draw enough power, so it thinks there's nothing plugged in and then it turns off. But if you have the phone charging, then it works fine. So what we have here is, I'm going to start with the amplifier, this USB going into the power bank, coming out, going into this 5V amplifier with a potentiometer that also turns off, so you turn it on and off. Then you've got two speakers that I salvaged from an old cassette CD player thing that actually sound much better than you'd expect for some cassette player thing. And also then it comes down here off the amplifier and into an auxiliary cable that can go into your phone, or I'm going to add another one so you can plug it into the back of this, which is a Bluetooth receiver. Also there's going to be the spare USB sticking out the side of the box which can charge your phone like this. So yeah, and it also has the bar's battery, and as you can see, you press that button, the blue comes on, and when it goes off it has a timer for a bit. Yeah, it's gone off, and if the phone isn't plugged in it just stops playing music, which is slightly annoying. So I might hardwire both of these USBs straight to this. These are the speakers, by the way. It's 3 watts, 8 ohm 3 watts, and here is the box. Well, it's not the box, it's going to be the box. Some 18mm ply that is going to be split up and glued together in 3 chunks, so it's 18 times 3, whatever that is. Then it's going to have a piece of 6mm on the front and the back, where the speakers can sit in, and also where the stuff on the back can be. This is going to be a Bluetooth portable speaker that can also charge your phone, but it does work. But what I'm going to do is maybe wire that onto the batteries, because the batteries do give out 5 volts. Then we're going to put it in a box, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so I now have these on here, and I've worked out how many, how big it has to be so I can get 4 in, because I've worked out it has to be, I think it was like deeper than 60mm. So this, the final depth is going to be 72 inside. That's excluding the 6mm that I'm going to put on. But I've worked out then how tall it needs to be, how many of them I can fit into this with the least waste. 115mm tall, and I can fit 4 of them in exactly. So yeah, and then they'll all be glued together with a hole in, and then you put a 6mm ply back and front on. So what I've done is now worked out where these want to go roughly, drawn a circle around them, not to cut out. So then I'm going to have a pencil and draw around the outside so it clears it all. Make sure also the power bank fits. So then I'm going to get a coping saw cut out. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so you guys are probably wondering, you've built it already? Well, you see, I've been really looking forward to building this. I've been planning it for a year or so. I've been like wanting to build it, and I had the parts on my eBay basket for ages, and then I decided to buy it. And as you guys know, you've already seen the intro to this video. This is about 4 days later, and well, as you can see, it's playing music I've got a switch for Bluetooth and there's holes in the back, and you'll be like, what happened to the video? Well, I kind of got a bit carried away, forgot, but what I'm going to do now is just show you what I've done exactly and then keep you updated from now. Yes, so as you can see, it's a kind of a bit of a, well, a mess, I guess. Okay guys, so this is basically the inside of the speaker. So let's start from the power bank. So firstly, let's start from the very beginning. So it comes in through this micro USB extender, which I used, which is basically just a female micro USB in the end of that. Then it goes along this cable, splits off here, goes to this red LED. As you can see, it's off now, so when you plug the cable in, it gives power to it, as there's a diode in this circuit somewhere. So it gives power to it, and then also it carries on and then goes into the micro USB included on the circuit board for the power bank. So the power comes in and obviously charge the batteries. Then out of this USB comes a USB extender, which just goes to a female USB, so you can charge your phone, and by charging your phone it does use enough power that it will turn on the board and keep it on, and then when you unplug it, it will turn off the board. So that works. It's just the amplifier and the Bluetooth receiver. So then here off comes the cable, power cable for the amplifier, which is down here, which has its own potentiometer, as you just saw me spin a second ago. And yeah, so the power goes into there. Then there's a couple of circuits on here. One of them comes off along this cable and to a female 3.5mm jack, which you can plug in a 3.5 male to 3.5 male jack. There is another cable that comes off and then goes in round here and into a male 3.5 and into the Bluetooth receiver, and then also this gets power by coming from here, again straight from the battery connections, all the way down. It goes through a switch first and then towards this other female USB which the Bluetooth receiver plugs into. If I turn this on, you can see a blue LED lights up. It's actually that side, as you can see, and it's just around there next to the potentiometer, and this will be in there through a wooden switch, which I will show you guys how to build. I have already tested it, it does work, so yeah, you guys can see what that will look like soon. Yeah, so that's how the Bluetooth works, and then obviously you've got the cables, the negative and positive, that go from the amplifier to the speakers, which is, yeah, the opposite part. So I got speakers for free, this for about £2, this for about, I forgot, 3 maybe, this was £6, then some of the cables. Basically it added up to around £12, I think it was, £10 to £12 for me. If you wanted to buy the speakers as well, they're only about another tenner, so it's basically £20 for a Bluetooth speaker. So this is what I've done so far, and if I just put it back together I can show you what I need to do on the box. So as you can see from the outside, it does not look the best at the moment, and that is because, well, I haven't quite finished it obviously. So I was at my dad's last weekend, because you can see I'm not at my dad's at the moment, and I glued it all together and then fillered it, but I only had one day and the filler stuff hadn't dried fully yet, so I brought it here, did the electronics, and I'm not at my dad's yet. So what I need to do, as you can see this switch here, that's because how to make a wooden switch is with dowel, so I'll show you guys how to do that in the next video. But basically I don't have most of my tools or the dowel here, so that will be done in the next part of the video probably, and then it will be next to this little blue LED, so when you turn it on it relates to that. The potentiometer, and then there's a little hole here that I need to fill because it was accidental for this potentiometer. But then I need to sand it all down, as you may have noticed, but I think it will be 2 layers of dark oak varnish
which is actually warm oak actually. 2 layers of warm oak, and then the oil-based varnish that I do the lamps with. If you haven't seen a lamp video, do check it out up in an iCard up here, because, well, I'm selling them as well, so there's a promotion video as well. But yeah, so need to give this all a sand down because it's filler going all the way around it. I might kind of try to round over the corners a bit with the sander, because I was going to do it with the coping saw with each bit. Okay guys, so now I'm back at my dad's again, and well, I'm doing really bad basically at this, keeping you guys updated. But now I'm going to show you guys how to do the switch just after I've shown you where I've got to once again. Okay, so as you can see, this is it. If I just shut that for a second, you can see it looks very nice. So I've varnished it with 2 coats of quick drying wood stain, warm oak. This is water based, which is, yeah, so that's that. And then also I varnished it with some of this clear gloss exterior varnish, which is oil based and leaves a nice thick coat. So that's how I got the darkness of it, and then also the glossiness, and also gives it more protection as well. At the moment I am putting the components back in it. So here they are. Power bank and speakers are down there. So I'm just going to do that and show you guys bit by bit. But then I'm going to show you guys how to make the wooden switch after all of that. So yeah, let's get on to it. I've cut out this little piece of wood, as you can see, and I am going to put it through the hole, and you should see it come out now. You can see it there, just right there. Yeah, and then this blue switch will sit there. So I'm just putting it back together, and basically the LED goes in the hole, which I have now, if I take it back out quickly, I have sanded it over so it's frosted, because when I was using them before they were very bright, so hopefully they shouldn't like blind you when you look at them now. So all I did really, I forgot to explain this, it's just a bit of 6mm dowel. Obviously you could choose the size, don't have to go with 6mm, but that's the size I went for. And then you can put it in the hole, which it doesn't want to be tight really at all, because switches aren't that strong when they push out, and you want to get it to where you want it really. Okay guys, so I've just held that in and like tested how far I want the switch to go in while it was drying, and now it's kind of dry because it's really quick drying glue. Okay, so what you want to do, as you can see, the little brown bit in there, just down there, it's kind of hard to see, and then the blue switch, you want to put some, the brown bit is the piece of wood from the outside because I did varnish it. You want to put a bit of glue on there, try not to get it in the switch mechanism because then it will seize up. I've done that a few times. You want a decent amount, just in case it gets dinked from the outside, it will still stay on. You want to make sure it's not at an angle in any way, and that it definitely still clicks when you push it, that it doesn't get stuck like it just did then. But then once it's like that, basically the switch is glued in, and then you got your switch from the outside, which I'll show you now. So here's the switch, which you can press in, and the light comes on, and then press it off and the light turns off. And yeah, so here's the knob, which turns the thing on. You got the nice LED there. I think this has turned out quite well. So now I'm just going to quickly glue in the speakers, because you can't really see, they're not glued in yet. Okay guys, so the speaker is now built, and here it is. So yeah, all good, turns on, the wooden switch works very good, turns out better than, I'm not sure if you've seen it, this over here, which is nice bright LEDs there, that LED on the end, 2 little switches, the wooden switch, same design, and then a little solar panel on the front. So all turned out good. I like the finish, the ports on the back work well, and the loudness is good. And if you'd like to hear the sound quality, bearing in mind it is a Canon 1300D, which isn't top of the line or anything, and apparently the audio is not very good. I find it fine for my voice, but here's a quick sound test just so you guys can hear. in my opinion, in real life, it sounds quite good. And well, this was my only portable speaker before, which they were very good. The little X Minis. I did a review on one. Check it out up in the corner if you want to listen or whatever I did in that video. That was like almost a year ago now. So I reckon this is one of the most useful videos I've made before, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Next how-to video I will try and actually do a how-to, but this video is probably getting way too long. I'm going to try and cut as much as possible. So yeah, I really hope you maybe want to build one of these, similar thing. Maybe you've got some kind of inspiration, maybe not the same box design, but maybe the idea of Bluetooth, the idea of the wooden switch, something you used from this video. Anyway, if you did, remember, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I might be considering uploading a video every week again. So yeah, see you there.